this video, we're going over the new top 5 best meta loadouts to use for ranked play here in Black Ops 6 after the Season 1 Reloaded update. Because a lot of weapons got removed from ranked play, it's time to update your class setups. I will be going over both 5 as well as 8 attachment setups. Let's get into it. For class setup number 1, we're taking a look at the AMES 85. Once you load up to Warzone, you're gonna see that both the XM4 and the Krig C have been removed. The AMES is now the new meta assault rifle. For the optic, we're gonna be rocking the Kepler Microflex, cleaning up that optic picture, making medium long range combat an absolute breeze. Now, for the muzzle, we are going to run the compensator to improve more vertical recoil control. You can also see the suppressor is no longer an option. For the barrel, we're going to be utilizing the reinforced barrel. This is going to be bumping up more damage range and bullet velocity, giving us a faster time to kill. For the underbarrel, we're going to be utilizing the vertical foregrip to improve more horizontal recoil control, so we can go full auto across the map without worrying about a thing. And then finally, for the rear grip, we are going to be utilizing the ergonomic grip here in ranked play to improve more aim down sight speed, dive to fire speed, and slide to fire speed. So you can rock the AMES 85 at close range just in case you get rushed by a submachine gun user. This is going to be a great attachment. This is going to be the 5 attachment build. And once you go ahead and jump into the firing range, you're going to see here that we have a great sprint out speed, ADS speed is fast, and we are going to have quite literally a 0 recoil laser. Overall, a fantastic class setup that honestly can't be used in public matches, but this is what you want to be running here in ranked play. Now, let's say that 5 attachments just aren't cutting it for your AMES 85 class setup in ranked. I do have a Gunfighter build with some more attachments on it. We're still going to rock the Kepler Microflex. We're still going to be utilizing the compensator. We're still going to put on the reinforced barrel. The underbarrel is going to stay the same with the vertical foregrip. The rear grip is going to stay the same with the ergonomic grip, but we are going to be adding a stock. Now, you have 2 choices here. You can either rock the balance stock, which is going to be helping you out at those close and medium ranges, improving more aim walking movement speed, hip fire movement speed, and strafing movement speed. Overall, a great attachment, but if you find yourself losing a lot of gunfights at medium longer ranges, especially after you get shot, the combat stock is gonna be a good choice because we have a bump and flinch resistance and a walking movement speed, which can be really helpful. I will show both of these attachments in the firing range. And then finally, for the fire mod, we are gonna rock recoil springs to also improve our horizontal as well as vertical recoil control. Overall, a solid setup. It's technically going to be a 7 attachment class because we don't have a magazine to use in ranked. That has also been removed, but the balance stock is going to be solid. What you're really going to have to pay attention to is the aim walking speed difference between the balance and also the combat stock, and obviously the flinch. But once you go ahead and swap over to the combat stock, which in all reality, if you are losing a lot of gunfights, is what I would recommend, you definitely want to go ahead and utilize this because you're going to have less flinch from shot, meaning that you're going to be winning more gunfights. Let it down in the comment section, what AMES 85 setup are you guys rocking in ranked? The 5 attachment build or the 7 attachment build? Now, for class setup number 2, technically 3, we're taking a look at the JACKAL PDW. Overall, a fantastic submachine gun to rock here in ranked play. Now, we're not running an optic, not necessarily the iron sights are going to be perfectly fine. For the muzzle, I do recommend putting on the ported compensator. This is going to help us out tremendously with the recoil pattern the submachine gun does have, with improved first shot recoil control and vertical recoil control. Because Black Ops 6 is still AR dominant, having a submachine gun that's accurate first initial shots is going to be very important. For the barrel, we are going to be rocking the reinforced barrel to improve both damage range and bullet velocity, definitely giving us a faster time to kill with this SMG. For the underbarrel, you have a couple of options here. You can either rock the vertical foregrip for maximum horizontal recoil control, or you can rock the Ranger foregrip if you don't care about maximum horizontal recoil control, but you still want some, and also improve your sprinting movement speed. I will show both versions in the firing range. For ease of use, I'm recommending the vertical foregrip. For the rear grip, we are going to be going ahead and putting on the ergonomic grip on the JACKAL PDW. This is going to be a great attachment on this submachine gun, just like it is on the AMES 85, to improve more aim down sight speed, dive to fire speed, and slide to fire speed, allowing us to dominate at those closer ranges. And then finally, for the stock, we are going to be going ahead and putting on the balanced stock, which is going to be offering a lot of good things for a submachine gun here, especially in ranked. We have improved strafing movement speed, hip fire movement speed, and aim walking movement speed. An absolute W on an SMG setup. Now, once you go ahead and jump into the firing range with this 5 attachment setup, you're going to see here that we do have a fast sprint out speed. ADS is going to be lightning fast, and we are going to have a controllable JACKAL PDW build. It's not going to be as accurate as the Gunfighter setup, but this is overall going to be a good build if you rather run some additional perks. Now I'm going to go ahead and showcase this setup with the Ranger foregrip, which is going to be another attachment you can run and replace them for the vertical. We're going to have a faster sprint speed so you can get around the map, but you guys can definitely see at those longer ranges, this is going to be a little bit harder to use. This is going to be good like if you're somebody who just likes to throw yourself at the hard point positions and just get up close and personal, but as you guys can see at longer ranges, it's just not going to cut it. Now for the Gunfighter build, this is what I would personally recommend on the JACKAL PDW. Again, we don't have to run an optic. You can if you want to. We have space for it. The Kepler Microflex is going to be a good choice, but you still want to put on the ported compensator. You still want to utilize the reinforced barrel. For the underbarrel, you still have the option between vertical or the Ranger, but for this specific setup, the Ranger is going to make more sense because we have additional recoil control. We're going to rock the ergonomic grip still. For the stock, we're going to be rocking the balanced stock, and because we have a fire mod option, it's going to make sense to rock the recoil springs to help out with that recoil control, so you actually can rock the Ranger foregrip if you want to. This is going to be a 6 attachment setup, but it's overall going to be actually quite effective. It's just dependent on if you care about losing an additional perk. If you're somebody that absolutely must run the Ranger grip, because you guys can see at longer ranges, even though we don't have that vertical, because we are running recoil springs, this is going to be incredibly easy to use. And honestly, this is exactly why I recommend. You can see how much easier this JACKAL setup is to run at medium ranges when you are running the Gunfighter build. So definitely go ahead and let me know down in the comment section, what JACKAL do you prefer to rock here in ranked play? Now for class setup number 5, we're rocking the GPR91, technically class setup number 5. This is the only other assault rifle available to be used in ranked play. This is going to be a build you can use if you are tired of rocking the AMES 85. Now for the optic, we are going to be rocking the Kepler Microflex, making this weapon a lot easier at those medium to longer ranges. The iron sights are terrible. Now on the GPR91, we are not running a muzzle. We're not going to run this because this assault rifle already has low recoil, and we're also only going to be running a 5 attachment class because the additional attachments that we could run are not going to be worth losing perks on this specific build. Now for the barrel, we are going to be utilizing the reinforced barrel to improve damage range and bullet velocity, giving us a faster time to kill. We are not running an underbarrel on this weapon. Pretty weird because we typically would always rock an underbarrel for an AR, but because of the fact this weapon has low recoil, it really isn't necessary. We're going to be rocking a rear grip, and we're going to be rocking the combat grip instead of the ergonomic grip. This is going to be a good attachment specifically on the GPR91 to improve aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed, so we can outgun other AMES 85 as well as SMG players at closer ranges. Overall, a great choice. Now for the stock, I highly recommend putting on the combat stock on the GPR91 to improve flinch resistance and aim walking movement speed. This is going to allow us to stay on target when we are shot at longer ranges and walk around aim down sight, ready to win each and every gunfight. A great attachment. And then finally for the fire mod, we are going to rock recoil springs, which are going to be improving both horizontal recoil control and vertical recoil control. This is going to be a little bit of a weird class setup because we're not running an underbarrel or a muzzle like we normally run. But once you go ahead and get into the firing range, you're going to see here, this is going to be a lightning fast sprint out ADS, and we are going to have controllable recoil with this AR. So definitely go ahead and give this a try if you're looking to mix it up in ranked play and not run just the AMES 85. You can get down to the GPR, as you guys can see here. It's accurate and overall mobile. Definitely a good setup because you can rock more perks, unlike some of the AMES 85 setups. Now, for the next class setup, we're taking a look at the KSV, a solid submachine gun here in Black Ops 6. It's going to have great handling and overall a good weapon to use at closer ranges. We're not running an optic. The iron sights are fantastic on this submachine gun. For the muzzle, just like the JACKAL PDW, the ported compensator is going to be a W, giving us that first shot recoil control. and vertical recoil control. We're gonna need it. For the barrel, we're gonna be rocking the reinforced barrel on the submachine gun, giving us both damage range and bullet velocity. For the underbarrel, I do recommend putting on the vertical foregrip. This is gonna be very important, taking control of a lot of that horizontal recoil that we need to mitigate with this submachine gun in order for it to be competitive. Now, for the rear grip, I do recommend going ahead and putting on the ergonomic grip with this submachine gun in ranked play. This is going to give us improved aim down sight speed, dive to fire speed, and slide to fire speed, what we need locked in for close range engagements. And then finally, for the stock, we are going to be rocking the balance stock here, which is going to be fantastic, improving a lot of things that we need for a sub. We've improved aim walking movement speed, hip fire movement speed, and strafing speed. We got it locked in with this attachment on the KSV. This is going to be a great 5 attachment build. That's all we're going to use for the KSV, because the additional attachment we gain is not worth losing perks. You guys can see we have a fast sprint out. ADS is going to be crazy fast, and we are going to have good recoil control with this sub. It's not going to be as accurate as the JACKAL PDW, but the overall handling and feel of this SMG, I do like it. It's going to be a vibe to run, especially when you are utilizing this 5 attachment setup. And finally, for the last class set, we're taking a look at the C9. Definitely an underrated submachine gun that not that many people are rocking both in multiplayer and ranked play. I don't know why. Now, for the optic, we're not going to be running any of these. The iron sights are going to be amazing on this submachine gun. For the muzzle, we're going to rock the compensator to bump up more vertical recoil control. We need it. For the barrel, I recommend running the long barrel over the reinforced barrel, specifically on the C9, to maximize, keyword, maximize our damage range to get the fastest time to kill. For the underbarrel, we are utilizing the vertical foregrip. This is also going to be the same situation with the long barrel. We want to have the maximum horizontal recoil control with this submachine gun. For the rear grip, we are going to rock the CQB grip over the ergonomic grip. This is all we're going to add a nice, smooth, and crisp feel to the C9, improving sprint to fire speed, slide to fire speed, and dive to fire speed. An absolute W with this submachine gun. And then finally, for the stock in ranked play, we are going to rock the combat stock to improve both punch resistance and aim walking movement speed, so we can outgun other JACKAL PDW as well as KSV users if you do see them. This is only going to be a 5 attachment submachine gun, because the additional attachments are not going to, outweigh the perks that we are going to be using with this build. But you can see we have a solid submachine gun that's going to have great handling, and also it's going to have great recoil control with only a 5 attachment class, which is a massive W here. These are going to be the top 5 best class setups to use here in ranked play after the season 1 reloaded update. For the remainder of the class, I always rock the Strider Point 22. The attachments honestly don't really matter, because if you have to swap to your secondary, you're probably gonna get taken out. In all reality, you should probably pick up a JACKAL PDW off the ground. There's gonna be plenty of those available. Also have on the knife here, we are rocking Concussion. We have on the Simtex. The frag is also good, but the Simtex is just going to be exploding faster. Overall, a little bit more effective, especially if you are playing game modes like Hardpoint as well as Control. We're rocking the trophy system, which is going to be really helpful to go ahead and protect yourselves on objective points. I run Ninja, Fast Hands, and Double Time when I'm running a Gunfighter build. The reason I go ahead and rock Ninja over Flak Jacket is because sometimes you have to flank to go ahead and knock the enemy team off a power position, and that's going to be a lot easier to do when you do have on Ninja, because normally people are going to rock Flak Jacket. So this is something you want to think about when playing ranked play, and also because everybody and their mama is running trophy systems, it's not necessary, in my personal opinion, when running a Gunfighter build. Now, let's say you did not want to run a Gunfighter build, you want to rock perks instead. Obviously, you're going to go ahead and add Flak Jacket on your class setup. Sometimes the game does glitch out, especially if there is an in-game update or like a playlist update. It's going to wipe your entire class. It's incredibly annoying, so you're going to have to go ahead and fix this. But I would recommend putting on Ninja, Flak Jacket, Fast Hands, Double Time, with obviously the perk Greed Wildcard, because Gunfighter is not going to be obviously usable with only a 5 attachment setup. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think about ranked play after the update. Are you still running into cheaters? Are you guys having a blast? I do hope these class setups do help you guys out. So if you guys enjoy, feel free, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, in your boy ears, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.